Brawl Subspace is a work of art that had kept me ecstatic and absolutely obsessed to get my tiny little hands on a copy of the game and sink my teeth into it. The fact that the entire game illustrated a deep and meaningful story without having to rely on dialogue of any kind just proves that we need a Smash Bros. Movie and that it could absolutely work considering the number of other video game characters having their own movies lately. But perhaps my favorite part of Subspace cutscenes is how they portray Wario. Now, I know my profile picture is based on Wario, and it may seem like I'm being really biased right now, but hear me out. The way they chose to introduce Wario in the story was perfect. In the midst of the chaos in the beginning, when the little tournament with Mario and Kirby was happening, and how everyone has to deal with an onslaught of monsters invading the stage, and disarming a devastating bomb, Wario jumps out of nowhere with a weapon that is proven to revert characters back into their helpless trophy form, and is trying to collect everyone. Knowing Wario, he is most likely doing this for a huge cash reward from Ganondorf, who's bent on conquering their universe with the help of Bowser, who has his own reasons for joining. Wario sneaks onto the battlefield when everyone has their guard down and captures one of the princesses. This goes to show that Wario is tactful and plays dirty, which is very fitting considering who Wario is. Then he somehow flies away by jumping super high into the air. For a short and stocky man, he sure is athletic. Fast forward to the next scene Wario appears, which is the ruined zoo, where Ness helps out Lucas. He is then watching from the sidelines while they are busy dealing with the powerful boss, and immediately uses this to his advantage, in order to capture them when they're most vulnerable. Again, this is exactly what he would do, and they portrayed it nicely. In this scene, Wario relentlessly spams his weapon in hopes of capturing the both of them, all in the name of wealth, fame, and fortune. He has little regard for how Ness and Lucas will feel. Wario then captures Ness, who sacrificed himself to save Lucas, who then flees from the terror of Wario, who literally laughs in his face. This short but important encounter between them perfectly showcases just how rotten and selfish Wario is when it comes to the lives of others, and how he will stop at nothing to get what he wants. But that's one of his traits that millions of fans of Wario love about him, and that's what makes him iconic. It's one of those instances about someone that they're so bad it's good. It's hard to explain. Fast forward to his next scene where Wario gets his comeuppance and has his entire inventory of trophies stolen by King Dedede, who for some reason is collecting trophies too, but for a better purpose. This short and funny cutscene does a great job of showcasing Wario's immature and short-tempered side when something bad happens to him despite causing so much trouble for others. Fast forward to when Lucas and Pokemon Trainer are on the way inside the ruins and encounters Wario again. I like how he somehow knew they were heading straight to the ruins as he ambushes them immediately and is attempting to capture Lucas again, who gathers up the courage to stand up to his bully. As much as I love Wario, he did deserve a beating for causing a lot of trouble. I like how they just left him there to rot and even got inhaled by the explosion of the bomb. Fast forward to the last cutscene featuring Wario inside the Subspace realm. He comes out of nowhere and literally dropkicks King Dedede and taunts him in a typical Wario fashion in a funny and obnoxious way that always makes me laugh. The way he flies in and does all this is so absurd and comedic, and only someone like Wa can execute it. I also like how Wario doesn't seem to care that everyone is headed up the staircase until he notices the trio going up themselves, and immediately uses his bike to beat them to the top. This goes to show that Wario doesn't actually care about what's happening, but only cares about winning in anything, so he played dirty and used the bike to go faster. This is one of my favorite scenes in the game since it's so random and ridiculous. Even though he appeared a fair amount of times, I felt like it wasn't enough. I would have loved to see him interacting with Mario directly, since he doesn't actually meet him face to face ever since he got hit by the cannonball in the very beginning. He does encounter Luigi, but doesn't do much with him. All in all, I'm glad Brawl had an amazing story to begin with, and that we got to experience it in the first place. I hope they will change their mind about bringing back another Subspace story in the future, but until then, thank you for watching. Do you like Wario in this mode? And please like and subscribe for more videos like these if you want to.